Hey everyone, Ryan Lelf coming to you here. It's Wednesday evening. Just wanted to jump on for volume 33 of Wisdom from the Recliner. So hope all is well in your world. Maybe you've just gotten in from a long day or a good day at work, and hopefully you get a chance to either watch this as I'm sharing it now, or if not, hopefully you get a chance to watch it later. So I want to stay on point. I'm going to talk about food intake. I'm going to talk about what I eat, really what Caroline and I eat, and I'm going to talk very specific. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to share how I was able to transition over the last 12 months from a standard American diet, and I'm going to address a lot of the issues and a lot of the struggles and a lot of the things that I have found along the way that I had to work through in order to get to a good place. I do not eat perfect. There are still times that I choose things that are less than optimal for my health, but I am very pleased with my progress, and I'm very happy with the way I feel, and I continue to learn more and more about food and myself and my body and the correlation between the lifestyle that I live and the food that I choose to eat. So I think you guys will find this one very helpful, and hopefully some of you can take some very practical tips from this and apply them to your own life. So first of all, I just want to say that I'm sharing with you from my real life experiences, from my real life results. I am not a doctor in any way. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not certified to do anything. The only thing I've done is basically healed myself from stage 4 cancer using nutrition, alternative therapies, a little bit of immunotherapy, but without chemo, without radiation, and without surgery. And I've been eating this way now since basically February. So I can only pass along and share with you from that knowledge base, but that doesn't mean I'm the end-all be-all. It doesn't mean I have all the answers. I'm not telling anyone they're wrong. I'm not even saying I'm right. I just think that some of this could be beneficial to you. So I had a very strong food addiction. And a lot of people will tell me, Ryan, how did you get over the cravings? And so it's taken me a long time to figure this out, but I had to start identifying what those cravings really were. And those cravings are a lot of times coming from processed food, fake food, things that are not from plants, or they're not from the ground, they're not from the earth, they didn't get produced by nature, and they have additives and processed sugar and all kinds of things added to them. So basically what I discovered was along this path and journey, I would go to the dentist office, and where I was going to this holistic dentist in Tulsa, there was a Subway down at the bottom of this tall, huge building that I would go to. And I would find myself going in there and grabbing some sugar cookies. I would go to Whole Foods as I was, going there to supposedly eat healthier, and I would find myself grabbing cookies. And so with the help of Steve Factor, my health coach, and just the continual process and learning, what I discovered is that my body was telling me, Ryan, I need and want sugar. I've got to have sugar. So once I realized that, then I thought, okay, so it's not that I'm craving cookies. It's not that I'm craving a cinnamon roll. It's that I'm craving sugar. Well, where do I get real sugar from? I get it from fruit. And so over time, I would just say, you know what? I don't need that cookie. I need to go get some fruit. And so now what's happened is I don't really have those cravings. And if I do, then I just start thinking about the last 24 hours and I go, oh, I didn't eat enough fruit. I'm not eating enough fruit. So sugar cravings are simply your body crying out that you need and want sugar. But what you need and want is fructose from sugar, from fruit, because it will process correctly in your body. Some of you may have heard me say this, but my original big major panel of blood work showed that I was pre-diabetic, and now I'm considered perfect, okay? It's amazing how there is so much misunderstanding around sugar and the difference between fructose from fruit and glucose that is processed sugar. You really need to dig deep and get the truth and the facts and the research on this, because your body has to have sugar. It wants sugar. It needs sugar. And the real living source to get that from is fruit. So the next time you find yourself having a sugar craving, I want you to start going and eating a boatload of fruit and just keep increasing your fruit more and more and more. And if you will stick with this and you will follow this idea and this plan, I guarantee you at some point, whether it's a few months down the road or a few years down the road, you will no longer crave sugar cookies, or you will no longer crave whatever it was that was a processed, fake, junk food that had processed sugar in it, because your body will be satisfied with real sugar. People have sugar cravings because most people don't come anywhere close to eating enough fruit. Even in the health world, even in the alternative world, I'm discovering that people are struggling with this because they don't eat enough fruit. There is a major misunderstanding about fruit and a major misunderstanding about sugar. Well, that leads me right into the next craving. So, how many of you crave chips? Yeah, potato chips, Doritos, all kinds of chips. You know what I discovered? The body is craving salt. Your body needs and wants salt. Your body needs and wants sodium. And the reason we're going and eating French fries, because they're loaded with salt, the reason we have to put salt on everything, that's what we do in America, is because we are craving salt. Because God made our bodies to need and want salt in abundance, or sodium. Well, you got to know where to get the source, where to get the salt and the sodium from. You get it from green leafy vegetables and sea vegetables, okay? So I've been transitioning and I've been upping my greens. I do green smoothies where I add, kale and spinach and spirulina to my fruit and my food herbs that I put in there. And then I don't really like celery, but I tried celery with homemade salsa, and I love it. So like last night, I'll post a picture in this thread when I'm done. I had a big old thing of celery, and I had some Baja burritos made out of romaine lettuce hearts, and it was absolutely incredible. So guess what, guys? I realize now that when I start craving things that are very salty, and definitely chips, which was another thing I realized I was craving all the time, I'm not getting in enough greens. So even recently, I've been increasing my greens. I'm doubling up my salads. I'm getting more and more greens in, okay? And I'm going to explain what I eat daily, how I go through that process, and I'm going to break it down, and hopefully this will be something that you guys can refer back to and really use, okay? Now, what if you say, well, Ryan, I'm craving meat. I'm craving cheese. I need protein, right? Well, you got to get protein by putting like amino acids in your smoothies. You got to get protein from eating more fruit and more veggies, but you got to get fats. Our body craves fat. It needs fat. It wants fat, okay? And so therefore, you've got to figure out what is the real food source for that. It's not from animals. It's not cheese. It's not dairy. It's not meat. I know a lot of you feel differently. That's okay. I'm just telling you what I know and what I've learned and what's working phenomenal for me, okay? And even phenomenal for my wife. And really the truth of the matter is, anyone that's eating this way, it's working phenomenal for them too. Okay, so we can all dance around this, but you really can't dance around the truth. You know what the truth does? The truth has a way of just standing there in the face of human doubt. And it really doesn't ever move. It just keeps standing there. So the truth is, you need to eat more avocados. You need to eat more nuts and seeds. Put seeds on everything you can. Eat almond nuts, Brazilian nuts, walnuts. Have avocados for dinner. Put avocados on just about anything and everything. All right? So this is a big, big deal, folks. So if you start recognizing, listen, I promise you, I thought, I'm craving pizza. No, I probably just haven't eaten enough fats. I'm craving potato chips. No, yes, sunflower seeds are a great fat. I put them on my salads. No, you just don't have enough salt and sodium. I'm craving those sugar cookies. No, you're just not eating enough fruit, right? And other than maybe a few supplements here and there, like maybe something like magnesium that comes from the soil that has been deplenished because of what we're doing to the soil, I can see where, maybe you can't always get a few things maybe like that from just eating fruits and vegetables. But 99% of everything that we all think we're craving, we're just not eating enough of the real food. They're not bad. Cravings are a good thing. Your body needs and wants sugar, salt, and fat, and they want it in abundance, and they want it daily. They need it in abundance, and they need it daily. And you get the sugar from fruit, so increase your fruit. You get the salt or sodium from green leafy vegetables and sea vegetables, so eat more greens. And you get the fats from avocados, nuts, and seeds. And I'm telling you, you can find satisfaction. These cravings can go away. You don't really need that cinnamon roll. I didn't really need Dorito chips. I don't really need pancakes. I don't really need a burger and fries. I thought I did, and I thought I wanted all that, but it was my body asking me to provide it what it needs and wants, okay? So I was talking to my masseuse today while she was giving me a massage, and she said, Ryan, I'm struggling. I want to do this, and I know I can do it. I've been disciplined about a lot of things in my life, but I'm struggling. Can you kind of break it down? Can you give me a simple plan on how maybe a year from now I can be eating more like you are? It seems like it took you about a year, so why don't I do that? And I said, look, let's break it down. I said, step number 1 is just start practicing eating only fruit until 12 o'clock, until noon. Only eat fruit. You can drink some water, some lemon water, some clean water, maybe some herbal tea that's detoxifying in the morning. Don't add anything to it. That's what I do. And then fruit only until noon. And I said, I don't care what you eat after that. You don't have to remove anything. I just want you to master and train your body and feed it that sugar so that you won't have the cravings the rest of the day for that specific. And I just want you to do this. I don't care if it takes you a week, a month, 6 months, whatever it, is, okay? I just want you to eat fruit until noon. And then once you've got that down, it's your new normal, and you go, man, I've went a month, I've went 3 months, and I don't eat anything other than fruit until noon, okay? This is so beneficial. It's the highest energy food a person can eat. Well, think about it. Don't you want to have energy when you pop out of bed, when you first get to work, or when you got to get up and take your kids to school or do whatever it is that your day is asking of you immediately, right? I mean, talk about not only wasting money at Starbucks, but we're just dumping in and pouring in a bunch of toxins and poison and garbage. So I just saved you money, and I just saved you from probably getting cancer, and I just saved you from all kinds of other health issues. I've probably saved some people from gaining a bunch of weight, and I've probably just helped the people lose a bunch of weight. Just switch to fruit. Fruit only until noon, okay? That's your first step. I don't care if it takes you a year. Hell, I don't care if it takes you a decade. This is not a race, right? The reason to do it is because you love yourself. Your body will love you. It will appreciate that you've finally given it the sugar it needs, it wants, it demands, it requires. So that's step 1. And don't even think about step 2 until you get that down, until you get that mastered, right? And You just do it. And then when you know in your heart that it's like easy for you, it's not hard, you're not even tempted by all the bacon and all the eggs and other whatever things that you used to eat for breakfast, and you've got this new routine down, then guess what? You'll know when you're ready for step 2, okay? Step 2 is if you can go till noon, well, why couldn't you go till 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Yeah. And so you can still be eating fruit. You can transition to a fruit smoothie. That's what I do. But then somewhere in that period between noon and 4, you're going to start needing to eat greens. You've got to start giving your body that salt and that sodium. So maybe it's celery and salsa. Maybe you like cucumbers. Maybe it's, romaine lettuce. Maybe it's spinach. Maybe it's salads. Maybe it's Baja burritos from Pure Food and Juice. That's what I do. It's with some sauces that are raw vegan things that she makes and stuff. But eat greens, and eat a lot of greens, as many greens as you want. See, you don't have to worry about overeating on fruit and vegetables, because your body will know when it's satisfied, and they are so high in nutritional value, and they have live enzymes that your body was made to handle and loves, that you'll just know when you're satisfied. That's what we say. We don't even say we're full anymore, because that's our old life. Our new life is, you know what, I think I'm satisfied. But even if I'm not, I can just have more. I can always have more. The answer is always more fruit, more veggies. I think I'm still hungry. Eat some more fruits and veggies. It's so good. But, you don't have to feel stuffed. I don't even know that it's necessary to do that, right? So I'll get to these questions here in a minute, folks. I want to keep going. So step 2 then is you've mastered eating fruit at least only till noon. Look, most of the time I go till like 3, 4 o'clock before I transition off of anything other than fruit. It's just the way my schedule is right now. But I'm just trying to give you something easy and simple and practical for you to be able to follow, okay? And something that's doable. You're not going to probably overhaul the standard American diet in like a day or a week. And don't you get tired of trying all these diets out here? Don't you just want a new way of living, a new lifestyle? Don't you want to evolve into something where you can just feel great and have energy and love yourself and poop all day and pee all day like you're supposed to, and go and live life and not be bloating and have stomach challenges and get diseases and be able to enjoy your kids and have sex with your spouse and all kinds of other cool epic shit, and travel and do fun activities and be involved in sports even if you're up there in age. Right? That's the whole reason to do all this, because life is flippin' incredible this way, okay? So then, this is exactly what happened to me. I started getting really good at getting there till noon, and then I thought, well, why don't I just go till 4? And then before long, I'm like, okay, so I ate fruit, then I transitioned to some greens. I'm at 4. Why don't I just go till like 7, and just make it a whole day? So then at dinner, you eat fats. Get those avocados in. Get some nuts and seeds in. Figure out some, vegan meals, non-dairy, non-animal product meals. That is what's going to be best for you. And just do this as much as you can until you find your groove. I've kind of found my groove now, okay? And this is becoming easy. This is becoming a way of life. This is not hard anymore. This is simple. And just like I shared on my last Wisdom from the Recliner, we had a momentary lapse in better judgment the other day, and we ate cooked, non-vegan, unhealthy food, and it was tied to the emotional state of being that we were in for a few hours, and we paid the price for it. But we love ourselves, and we embrace mistakes and messiness, and it was just a great reminder that we'll just keep eating fruits and veggies. Fruits and veggies for the win, baby. It's so awesome, and I love it, and you can love it too. But let me just tell you, you may not be able to do the same things you've always done. See, your new life's going to cost you your old life, and lifestyle has a lot to do this. If you're working your butt to death 80 hours a week, this is probably going to be challenging. If you hang out with a bunch of cronies and a bunch of people that just want to drink beer and go eat a bunch of crap food and do, the cool social thing all the time, and you can't seem to figure that out, then this probably isn't going to work for you. And if you are still wanting to live a lifestyle where you're never home and you're on the go all the time, this is probably going to be challenging for you. And it just means it's going to take longer. Until we love ourselves more than anyone and anything else on the planet, we're probably not going to feed our bodies the real fuel that it needs, okay? So I just want to mention that because lifestyle is playing a major role in why so many people are not eating well. And that also then plays in a role why so many people don't do well. And I was that guy, okay? I was the guy that had a lifestyle that actually fed his cancer and ultimately led to it being all over my body, stage 4, advanced, metastasized, the whole 9 yards, guys. And so I haven't just changed what I've been eating. I've reevaluated every aspect of my life, and I'm still in that evaluation stage going forward. You know, it's really sad how so many people live in such little freedom. I see so many people, I hear so many people, I interact with so many people, and they are bound up by their job, or they're bound up by their fears, or they're bound up by the control of their spouse, or they're bound up by the expectations of their parents, or they're bound up by what they think their friends think about them, or they're bound up by, you know, their insecurities around money, or they're bound up by man-made religion and all these legalistic rules and performance-based stuff that no one can seem to live up to, and the people who act like they are just lying. People, the real answer to a great life is freedom. The real answer to eating well, to living well, to doing well, to preventing disease, to healing from disease, is to be free, and is to follow the real desire of your heart. And the real desire of your heart is you love yourself, and you take care of yourself, and you make good decisions, and you seek out truth, because you love this beautiful life you've been given and you want to enjoy it to the fullest. And you don't want to be bound by anything at all whatsoever. A schedule, expectations, a relationship, other people's opinions, unhealthy food, none of that, right? You want to be free. And so, guys, I'm going to cut this short. I know a lot of you asked me some questions. My beautiful family just got home. I'm sitting out here on my back porch. And I want to spend some time with that pretty girl right there. Hi, Atlanta. I love you. You just got home from swim lessons, huh? Yeah.
Hi, Percy.
You're so pretty, girl. Anyway, I'll come back later tonight after the World Series game, and I will answer. There's been 6 or 7 or 8 questions on here, and I will answer those later because I wanted this to be something practical, and I wanted to share the same things that I shared in 10 or 15 minutes with my masseuse earlier today. And I wanted you to be able to start having something you felt like you could follow or do or apply. And I want to see people live well. I want to see people feel well. I want to see people enjoying their life. And I don't need the credit. I don't want you to be focused on me. I want you to be focused on you. Get focused on yourself. Yeah, get focused on yourself so you can do things for others. None of us can do well for ourselves unless we take care of ourselves first. All right? It's just like when you fly. What do they say? If the cabin pressure was to change, okay, then you put your mask on first before helping your children or anyone else, right? Well, we need to take that literally and do it. So, sugar, salt, and fat in abundance. Eat in that order, okay, so that you can then have optimal digestion. And it's really important because you want the carbs or the foods that digest the fastest to go down first. Think of your stomach as like a freeway, and when they're fermenting down there, you know, if you eat fats in the morning and then you eat fruit later.
Fats in the morning.
And then fruit later, just imagine it's like a traffic jam. It's like a Lamborghini coming up on a Ford Pinto, okay? Right? It won't work. So sugar, salt, and fat in abundance. Cravings are a good thing. Just know where to get them. And break it down into these easy steps. Give yourself months, even years, to transition from the standard American get cancer diet to the raw food, high percentage of the time, lots of fruit and veggies, preventive of all disease, living high energy lifestyle, and you guys are awesome. So, Wisdom from the Recliner,
Bye bye, my name is Linda. Bye bye.
Volume 33. We'll see you next time, everyone.